Folks, today I'm here to talk to you about protection. No, not that kind of protection. I'm talking about protection for your truck, specifically my 2021 Ram 1500. We're talking about mud flaps. If you live in a state like I do where we have rain and wind and snow and road salt and ice and all the crap that can beat up the undercarriage of your truck, you have to understand that having mud flaps or mud guards on your pickup is an absolute necessity. The number one thing that rots out on your vehicle is going to be the quarter panels, the rear and the front, when you get a bunch of stuff kicked up from the road. And the best way to prevent against an over amount of stuff collecting on your vehicle is to have something to kind of divert it away. Mud flaps, that's literally what they're made for. So today we're going to be installing front and rear mud guards from a company called Medesasi, or Medesasi. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it. But these bad boys are available on Amazon. They're about 65 bucks for a set that covers the front and the rear on your truck, which is a lot cheaper than the Mopar branded ones, which are well over 100 bucks. So I'm going to show you the installation on these things today, and as always, don't burn the house down. Also, big shout out to Medesasi. They actually reached out to me and asked me to install these on my truck and show you how to do it. So thank you for providing these. I'm going to give the honest review of the installation as well as the usage of these mud guards. So here we go. So when Medesasi first reached out to me and asked me to do this video, I was a little bit hesitant. I'm going to be very honest with you here because I already had the Ram brand mud flaps installed on my truck. I paid for the thing through the dealership and they put them on. Cool. And I thought, well, do I really want to switch it up and go aftermarket? Okay, so I'm really glad that I'm doing this, and let me show you why. And if somebody from Ram or Mopar wants to comment on why the heck you would do this, please let me know. Let me show you something. So this is the Ram branded mud flap that I pulled off the rear of my truck. Look at this thing. This is a giant piece of foam inside, which is pressed right up against your rear fender. When I pulled this off, there was mud, there was gravel, there was all sorts of gunk just stuck in here. Basically, for the life of my truck, it's going to have corrosive materials pressed up against the metal of the fender. I don't know why you would do this. Why would you have this cavity in here? That makes no sense. On the Medesasi ones, they are a straight, no cavity, nothing to get stuck in here. And when you install them against your truck, they're just going to deflect the mud. They're not going to hold it up against your truck. For as expensive as these things are, that is a massive design failure. And these Medesasi ones are absolutely the way to go. So let me show you how I got these off and how we're going to put these on. So here we are back here at the rear fender of my truck on the passenger side. I've already taken these screws out, but all you're gonna do is there are 3 screws here. You need a 5/16 ratchet or a wrench. This screw, this screw, this screw. Those are gonna come out. Those are just trim pieces, assuming that you don't have anything currently installed right here, okay? So that is step 1, remove the 3 screws. So installation of these guys is very simple on the rear. You've got those 3 screws out already. You want to make sure you clean this up really well in here. I used a little bit of water and a rag and just tried to mop off all the crap. I did go through a car wash, which it's kind of hard to tell because it's just so bad on the roads right now in Minnesota, but what are you going to do? So got it cleaned off as best as I could. Make sure you grab the one that says, right here if you can see it, I'm not sure, passenger side rear. It says it right there. And this is a piece of double-sided tape. Now, the cool thing about it, this little pocket right here fits right around this plastic trim piece that's already on the truck. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take off this adhesive from the double-sided tape. I'm gonna get one of my screws ready. I'm gonna marry that up to there. And I'm going to start the screws by hand. There's one. There's 2. And there's 3. So now they're just kind of sitting on there. I'm gonna grab my ratchet. Tighten them up. Just like that. Now, I'm going to press where that double-sided tape is. Make sure that that gets a nice firm connection right up there inside that tire well. It's going to stick. That's it. It's on. It is literally as easy as that. So the instructions say that when you put this on, A, B, and C here, there's an option where you can drill a hole back on the inside here where that adhesive tape is, and you can install one more screw and fastener inside the fender well here. Now, I'm not gonna do that because quite frankly, that thing is really on. Like, it is not going anywhere. So if I don't need to, do any additional holes or probably take my tire off to get a drill back there, I'm not gonna mess with that because this thing's not going anywhere. So let me show you what it looks like kind of from all angles. That's what it looks like from the back. Ignore the paint color difference here because I went through a car wash, but you can obviously tell my truck's pretty dirty. Anyways, like I said, it marries up nicely to the factory trim piece that's already there. Comes through on the inside nice. I mean, it's a mud flap. You don't understand how important these things are until you don't have them and you start to rust out all of this metal back here. But that's the rear installation. Now we're gonna move up to the front. So now we're up here on the passenger side front of the truck, and it's more of the same. We've got 3 bolts here. We're gonna take those out, and then I'm gonna pop off this old mud guard. One more thing I forgot to mention here in the front and in the rear, there is a body panel clip underneath the existing mud flaps on the front and the rear that you'll need to take out as well. So get a flathead screwdriver or a claw hammer, whatever it is, pop out that body clip. On the front, there's also another body clip right here in the middle. So you just need to pop those guys out, plus the screws to get these factory ones off. Just a heads up. So inside the front factory mud flap as well, more of that foam. Look at all that water pouring out. I don't know if you can see that. It is just gunking out of here. The mud, the dirt, the sand, the salt. I don't understand why you would want that pressed up against the sheet metal on your truck. It makes no sense. Anyways, let's put the new ones on. So installing the new mud flaps is a breeze again. A little bit of double-sided adhesive tape right here. We're gonna peel that off. I wiped all this down as best I could. Don't judge me. It's going to marry right up into here again. Fits right up against the body and the existing trim piece. And then just screw them back in. That's it. She's on and she is not going anywhere. Okay, so the mud flaps are on and I think they look great. Sometimes the simpler the design, the better. And in this case, that's exactly what these mud flaps are. Again, I don't know why Ram is gonna create something that has a hollow cavity in it that literally just absorbs and holds water and mud and muck. Look at this. That's inside there pressed against my wheel well. I don't know if you can see that. That's mud. It's actual mud. These are supposed to deflect and kick mud away from your vehicle, not snuggie it up to your vehicle. So the Medesasi mud flaps are terrific. They're very easy to install. 3 bolts and you're done. You can put a couple other extra screws in if you want, but even if you have the Ram brand mud flaps, get rid of them because this is literally just begging for rust. Whereas the Medesasi ones, they don't have anything that's going to hold any liquid or road salt or sand or anything. They're just flat molded pieces of plastic that will allow all of the elements to slide right off of them, which is literally what they are designed to do. So, thank you very much for watching the video. If you like these mud flaps, there is a link in the description below. Please feel free to grab them from the Amazon store. That is an affiliate link. So obviously, if you do buy anything from there, it's no charge to you, but I do get a small commission for it. And thank you again to Medesasi for sending me these mud flaps. I was really hesitant to put these on. Man, am I glad that I did. I think I'm going to save quite a bit of wear and tear on some metal parts of my vehicle that shouldn't be crushed up against road salt for its entire life. So thank you guys very much for watching, and have a good one.